it wasn't intentional, getting addicted, and never planned on any of this. One of the things about addiction is it just takes away everything you love, strips everything away. Or you can lose your career, your family, your life.
No one wants to become a drug addict. When it happened to Stephen, he was one of the community's most trusted members, a firefighter paramedic. His drug of choice, prescription pain medication. But there was a time before painkillers took over his life.
Well, my life, when I just gotten on the fire department was quite wonderful. It was a dream come true. Being with the fire department, it's very much your second family, and your home away from home. It's way more than just a job and a career. It's absolutely part of your identity.
Little by little, everything changed. Serious injuries before and during his 13 years on the job caused him debilitating pain. His doctors repeatedly prescribed painkillers.
After each injury, they put you on pain medication, not only for the initial trauma, but to recover from the surgeries. So each time, there was a certain amount of pain medication, and you tend to typically build up a tolerance. I knew that I was becoming more dependent on that medication, for sure. And it was a subtle process, but a pretty profound one.
Stephen isn't alone. It can happen to anyone. Community Bridges specializes in treating people who unintentionally become dependent on medication with a legitimate prescription. Medical use of prescription medication can lead to physical dependence. Recognizing that first responders are often at great risk for injury themselves, Community Bridges designed a program for those who protect and serve all of us, Unscript First.
Unscript First is a program that's dedicated to addressing a medical issue within the first responder community. It hasn't been addressed in the past.
A first responder's job, by nature, is physically demanding. Police officers, firefighter, ambulance, and emergency room personnel often deal with intense physical demands and pain on the job, and they have to work through it.
They cannot not function. They have to function. It's their job.
If they turn to prescription medication in order to function, and that leads to physical dependence, Unscript First can help. Unscript First is a fully integrated, life-saving medical intervention. Community Bridges addiction medicine physicians are supported by a team of medical and behavioral professionals that provide evaluation and consultation, medical detoxification to treat dependency, education and wellness courses, and family education.
You can't treat an unscript patient exactly like you might treat a street heroin addict, cocaine addict, methamphetamine addict, or even alcoholic. Because again, they have an underlying medical issue under medical care that inadvertently caused this issue.
Many first responders only reveal a tough exterior. Their careers hinge on their strength and ability to perform.
You never want to admit that you have any weaknesses or any problems.
First responders identify with their career. They are firefighters. They are police officers. That's who they are. And if that's threatened, they try to hold on to that as much as they can.
It's a sad fact that many who abuse prescription pain medication are often desperate to find an easier alternative.
Eventually, you won't be able to get them anymore. You can't buy them on the street. They're too expensive. And so the drug dealers, who are very talented salesmen, will offer a solution which is generally heroin.
It happened to Stephen.
Being a paramedic firefighter, obviously I knew about heroin, but I had never considered it. And that's the power of the addiction. I mean, it's insanity. Knowing what we know and being on so many different overdoses and seeing so many people die. It's just a matter of relief, getting the relief that you want physically and emotionally. And of course, that led to a horrible decision and horrible results.
It was only the second time that Stephen used heroin when everything went horribly wrong.
He completely overdosed, getting ready to go into cardiac arrest. His heart was getting ready to stop. So it was very cloudy and fuzzy. I remember waking up in the ambulance at one point, and then back out again, and then back awake again in the emergency room. And yeah, when I started to get my bearings and become conscious, that's when I was very scared and just couldn't believe what was going on, what was happening.
Stephen's life was spared, But his addiction robbed him of everything he loved. He was fired, and it tore apart his family.
It's difficult to explain how traumatic that was, and just how hopeless and how ashamed I was. It was horrible. Losing the wife, the career, just everything, the friends and the family, being estranged from the people that you love and care about. It's a very long way to fall.
Stephen got the treatment he needed and today lives drug-free. He is a testament that programs like Unscript First work, that recovery is possible.
Spiritually, I realized that I didn't lose ultimately what I could have lost, which is my life, and I have the ability to absolutely turn my life around. And I've learned that it's not so much the falling down that's so important, but the getting back up. If people have problems, and people do fall down, and but you have to get back up and get started again, dust yourself off, and that's absolutely more important.
Community Bridges is committed to helping first responders who are struggling with unintentional addiction. To learn more about Unscript First, call 480-502-7000 or visit unscript.com.